afternoon. I'm bored. I know, I'll make a rag rug. A lot of people I know have asked me how I make these beautiful rag rugs. For example, ice cream coloured rag rug made of t-shirts, sea coloured rag rug made of sheets, and here's my latest project, cherry blossom rag rug. Now I've started making this from an old doona cover, which is getting a little bit threadbare, but don't throw those away because you can use them to make your very own rug. So I bet you're wondering, how do I get started? Well, what you need is a few strips of material that you can make just by cutting and tearing the doona cover. So here's a couple of strips that I prepared earlier. So at the end of each strip, you need to make just a small incision with a pair of scissors, just wide enough to slip another strip through. So this is how you start off a rag rug. I've got 2 strips here. Now I'll just slip one through the other one, and then I'll slip this end through that end. So like a snake eating its own tail. Now we've got a knot between these 2 rugs, but as you'll see, it's quite hard to pick up. So now it's just a simple matter of making a small knot. Okay, done. Now, are you with me? Were you able to do that? Well, get used to it, because to make one of these rugs, you'll be making hundreds of knots. Now, here's where you might need a tape measure. So you just keep making knots along the length of one strip, and if you run out of strip, you just join it like we did before, until you've got just a length of knots, and in between there's like a series of little gaps. So use your tape measure to measure the length that you've made to see if it's the kind of length that you want. For example, if you're making a door mat, you might want, say, 20 inches. And when you reach that point, then you can turn around. Now I'll show you. Here's another one that I prepared earlier. Aren't you lucky? So you can see here I've got a series of knots, and I've measured, and this is how long I would like it to be. I would like my rug to be in length. Now, all I need to do is simply, instead of continuing on this way to make more knots, I just flip it over and I go back the other way. So I take the top of this strip of fabric here, I just loop underneath and through, loop through that loop and back through again to make just another knot really. And there you go, I've started a brand new row. So do you want to see that again? I'll just add one more strip to it, just in case you haven't got it yet. So there's our joiner. We just slip this one through there, and like a little snake eating its tail, we slip it back through here, thereby extending the length of our strip. Now we look for the next gap, we loop our strip through, and that makes a loop there. Then we go back around behind, into the loop, and back out again. And there you go, we've got another knot. So as you can see, that's starting to look a little bit like this, which, as you can see, there's numerous knots, so that's quite a bit of work to get this done. But it's an excellent thing to do, say when you're watching TV, or when you've got nothing else to do, or if you're feeling a bit frustrated. It's very therapeutic just to sit and make a few knots. Or even better, if you're feeling a bit pissed off, all you need to do is cut yourself some strips. So you just make a small cut and then take out those frustrations. Thanks very much. Enjoy making your rag rug.